Hello, this my next video is about forgiveness. Forgiveness is hard to do, and it goes for all of us. But Jesus tells us in the Bible that it is for us, we are commanded to forgive one another. And I know it's not an easy thing to do. But Jesus also tells us that if we don't forgive other people, we will also not be forgiven by His Father in heaven, who is our Father also. And so this is a very touching subject to a lot of people, because we've all been hurt one way or the other by somebody. And life isn't easy. And when we don't forgive other people, our lives will become even harder. Believe it or not, forgiveness, when you forgive other people, you are opening the door to all of the blessings that you're supposed to get. So it's important that we forgive other people, because when we don't forgive other people of their trespasses against us, then we will always feel negative. We will always burden ourselves that way. We will, it's like we're holding on to that anger against that person. And it isn't healthy for us. And so to release that anger and to start bringing in the blessings into our lives, we need to forgive our enemies. Like I said earlier, it isn't an easy thing to do, but when we forgive others, God will forgive us, and He will also bless us. You feel lighter too when you forgive someone, but when you don't forgive someone, you feel like there is something that is holding you down. So having said that, it's best that we forgive and let go. I know of someone who died of bitterness, and she got divorced from her husband since 75, but up until she died in 2006, she was still bitter about him. My gosh, I thought to myself, wow, that is too long for someone to hold a grudge against someone else. So, and nobody ever thought that she would die that early. And sadly, she was so much in pain at the hospital in her final moments when she died. Now you see things like that, it is better that we forgive other people. Not only that, but most importantly, what we need to understand is that when we die and we have not forgiven others, we cannot cross over to the other side of the veil. I know that by experience. This same person that I'm speaking of, she came to me in a dream after 3 months of her passing, and she begged me to let her go. She was so bitter against me, and it wasn't fair for me to try to please her by loving her, by forgiving her, because of all the good things that I've done for her, she was still bitter, and she never thought that anybody was good on this earth. And so it's interesting how she found herself in begging me to let her go. And to me, when I woke up from that dream, I felt like I needed to forgive her, that I was holding her because I did not like how she was so bitter and started, being negative about everything, especially being jealous of me and saying things about me that weren't true, just to put me down. So I asked God for forgiveness, and I completely, reconciliation with her, and I wanted to make sure that she finally crossed over, which she did. And ever since that dream, ever since I forgave her completely and let her go, she never came back to me in a dream. She would come to visit in my dream, but everything was good from that. So know that forgiveness is very important, and also know that it is that important that you forgive someone before their final moment on this earth planet, because not only if you don't forgive them, they will hang around, they will become earthbound, and it is what we call ghosts, okay, in our world. But that is also another reason why a spirit would not cross over, and they will never be at peace until they seek that forgiveness from you and until you forgive them. So it's important that we forgive other people. Forgiveness is a miracle. God bless you, and He loves you more than you'll ever know. Thank you for listening, and I hope you forgive others of their trespasses.